Welcome to week 8 of this beginner's belly dancing course with me, Lindsey Marie Silver, here at Sahara Studio in Scotland. In this session, let's bring together all of the fun that we've enjoyed in this course and let's have a deeper dive into the world of layering in belly dance. And once you get into that zone, you begin to learn that really belly dancing is like a giant onion. Let's dive in. And so let's kick off this fabulous exploration of layering within belly dance by coming into our basic stance. You know what that is. If you're not sure what that is, pop on to the playlist and find that one that's going to break that down for you. And once you've really mastered that and the art of good quality breath, your body is going to love what you do after that. So we're in there. Let's enjoy some slides. Get the body moving. Really starting now to feel the benefit through your waist, your spine itself. Your body is really thanking you for all of this gorgeous movement. Your mind is thanking you because as soon as we come in to our basic stance and that quality breath and start to move, wow, we can begin to quieten busy mind. Imagine your thoughts dripping down, all the way down through your hair, down through your arms and off the tips of your fingers. Shake it out. Shake it out. And of course, all of our shakes are shimmies. And they all literally, quite literally, raise your vibration. Let's do a full body shimmy. Oh, celebrate how that feels. Enjoy the liberation of feeling your own flesh move off of bone. Tension releases and relaxes. Sink your body down deeper and deeper into relaxation. Meet yourself with the earth. Feel yourself held and supported by solid ground and gently coming into stillness. Wow. And continuing on with that slide of the hip and the mobilization of spine. And you can take that up into the upper body. Try and anchor through your low half. Excuse me, it's very good for digestion. And we're here in this fabulous movement. Doesn't that feel great? Oh my goodness. Love it. Love it. And I love you too. Let's bring it up into the head. A gentle slide through the head. Bringing your eyes out to the side. And into center. Incidentally, that one, used sparingly, is actually a reset for your nervous system. Vagus nerve. Oh my gosh. Wow. Who knew? Me? Let's bring it out to the side. And you know as well now. You too. Let's bring it back. Let's enjoy one of those lovely circles. So delicious. Take it all the way around. If your body feels to produce this movement in an oval rather than a circle, just be mindful of that, acknowledge that, allow for that. There might be a particular reason why your body wants to not do a full circle. But if you feel into that and it feels okay to produce a full circle, you can then begin to extend further outwards to the front and to the back. But don't ever force any movement in belly dance. It should be movement from a place of joy and freedom and liberation. And yeah, Not from a place of trying and struggling and frustration. That's just not what we're about. Certainly not here. We're not about that. We love to move with joy, with what feels good, with the pleasure of that movement. And bring that circle gradually into center. Wow. Let's take a figure of 8. For some reason, I feel to turn to the mirror and give you this. I can see you. Woohoo! Let's come with that figure of 8. We're going to take the hip out to the side, twist through the waist. Slide diagonal, twist through waist. Slide and twist. Slide and twist. Slide, twist, slide, twist. Keep your upper half facing forwards, stabilized in its center. You could place your hands in genie pose if that helps. I'm going to turn again. Yes, reverse it perhaps. Ooh, how does that feel? How does that one feel? Nice. Bring it into center. Let's enjoy a camel. Do you remember we did camels? You're going to lift upwards, roll down through the spine, pull in with the upper abs, mid abs, low abs, pelvic floor, hips come into neutral. Nice straight back. Let's try that again. Lift upwards, roll the movement down through the spine, pull in with the upper abs, mid abs, low abs, pelvic floor, and knees bend and hips naturally tilt. Other side, we're here. I'm showing you it from the other side. It's the same movement. Before I'm confusing you there. Same movement, just purely illustrating from the other side. But you could define it more on one side than the other by adding this little extension of one leg. Only try that if you feel ready for that. We can do a camel directly in the middle, centered through the body. Now, trying to keep the height steady. Perhaps reversing, reverse camel, vomiting camel. Nobody so far that I know has actually vomited whilst doing this movement. So you're good. I actually think this movement can be really very beautiful and it feels delicious. So I think it gets a bad rep, literally a bad name, and it's sometimes referred to as a vomiting camel because in particular cultural nuance, it can be seen as vulgar. It depends the context, the dancer's intention, the music, the setting, all sorts of factors. But I think given the right time and place and setting, this actually is gorgeous. Don't you think? Wow. All right, so another movement here, lift and drop, lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower. You could take that on a V shape, lift and lower and lift and lower, starting to explore combinations and patterns within your movement. Nice. Let's come into arms here. Flow that movement all the way down through one arm, all the way through the other. And remember, this flow of energy originates in your belly, that sacred life force energy space, and at your hips. And it travels all the way up through belly, your rib cage, through shoulders, your upper arm, elbows to the sky and then down to the ground. Your forearm begins to join the party. Your wrists, hands, fingers, fingertips. And breathe life all the way down into every single cell as you produce that movement. Wow. Oh my goodness. I just feel like this is such a goddess movement, isn't it? Oh, I mean, they all are. They all are. But this one just something about that movement. Just so feminine. Bring your hands down. You can dance this one with your hands down by your side. I think it teams really nicely. Just looking at combinations and patterns, I think it works really nicely with a figure of 8 through your hip. Huh? So nice. It feels so good. Something about this one reminds me of like maybe a mermaid. Lovely. And gently bring that into center. So looking at patterns, combinations, and beginning to explore the world of layering. Wow. So in the last class, you might remember we did a hip drop and a flick. And then what we started to add was this directional change in the way of a turn. We also looked at corkscrew turns, just to allow you to have a little bit more fun and play around with that as well. So opening up your awareness and your peripheral vision of this dance. Wow! So in this session, what I thought we would do is enjoy a shimmy and a camel. So these are two things that are really very synonymous with this art form, aren't they? You think of belly dance, you probably think of a shimmy, and you think of a movement like an undulation. So let's team those up into combination. Let's layer them together. Wow! Are you ready? Are you ready? Do you think you're ready? Do you feel ready? Are you ready to try it? Nobody's really great at the beginning, are they? When you first try something, expect to get it wrong. Expect not to feel like you did it right. There's no real right or wrong as long as what you're doing is in alignment and physically, on a physiological level, but also if it's in alignment on an emotional and a well-being level, if it's spiritually lifting you up. So, let's start not with a hip shimmy, but let's start with a shoulder shimmy. So we're going to bring the shoulder forward, 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 forward. You can, of course, nip back and explore the individual technique, broken down very meticulously, very analytically, and biomechanically of the shoulder shimmy. But for now, let's assume that you've done this movement before, at least once. Forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back. Yes. Now this movement here, you want for this movement to be focused on the shoulder. Your chest, your rib cage will move as well, but you want the movement, the biggest movement pattern to come from the shoulders. Your hands, imagine you've pressed your hands against the mirror there, and those are still and steady. Again, they will move slightly, but try keep them as still as you can. Wow! Try play around with taking your hands wide and bring them back into center. Okay, so this is your shoulder shimmy. Amazing. Got that bit? Right, excellent. Now your camel, we looked at this just a moment ago. We had a little bit of fun with this as we warmed up. So the camel that we're going to do, certainly initially, in this layered combination, is a regular camel. It flows from top to bottom. When I say top, I want you to focus the movement just at the top of your abs, bottom of your rib cage, and flow the movement down from there. But do know your entire body is do know that your entire body is involved in that movement. Okay, so now have a think about which of those movements feels more like home to you, which movement feels, I don't want to say easier, but simpler to produce. Some people will find a shoulder shimmy, oh yeah, I find that one is for me, definitely, that moves like my body wants to move. And some of us will find that the camel is absolutely home for us. So just take a moment. You could move again, try one, then the other. Just find whichever feels like home for you now. I want you to start with that movement and then have a shot of adding the other one on top. Do it. Do it now. Give it a go. Give it a go. Give it a go. I'll wait. Have a little shot. Dun, 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 dun. I'll just be here. So I want you to just have a little shot of trying that first of all. Okay, so you got that basic movement, either the camel or the shoulder shimmy going. Maintain that. Keep that movement going. Well done. Now, just try by yourself to add the other one on top. Ready? Now. Wow. Well done. I can feel it. I feel like you did really well there. Okay, now what I want you to do is reverse it and try the other way round. So whichever move you added second, do that one first now. And there is some reason to this craziness. I want you to have a little shot of this by yourself, because the learning that you do right now of this by yourself, before I actually demonstrate it to you, this is how you connect the parts of your brain and your muscles. You're literally building the connection between your brain to the muscle and the muscle to the brain. Those neurological pathways are being formed right now. So give that a little go, reverse it the other way. Feel free to pause this video and have some fun with that. I'm sure you will. Okay, are you back? You back? All right, let's go. So, I'm sure that was wild. Leave a little note in the comments. Let us know how you did. How did that feel? It might have felt a little bit like doing this, and then this, and then adding this. Okay. If it felt like that, you're probably doing something right. Okay, so let me show you then. So this time, what we're actually doing is strengthening even more. We're like adding a protective coating on top of that neurological pathway that you built. So if you imagine like an electrical cable, okay, say like you're charging your phone. Let's say that the earth has the energy, the power, and you're going to charge yourself up. So you've plugged in to the center of the earth, your cable. That's like your socket in at the wall. And then the cable is coming up, and it's coming up through your feet and into your body. And you're powering yourself up. You're recharging your energy. Okay? Hear me out. There's a reason why that cable has that plastic coating all the way around the outside. And there's a reason why it's kind of dangerous if that cable is like damaged in some way or has like a break in it. The signal can escape and the power is lost. So it might not charge you up anymore. What we're literally doing now, so what you just did is you made the connection, you plugged yourself in, you said to your brain and your muscle, we want to charge this connection. We want to power up this connection. What we're doing now is we're strengthening that connection, like putting that plastic coating on that wire. I know it's the science bit, but here's the thing. If you know why and how, then you can definitely do. And it stays. Wow. Okay, if you're interested in the science side of belly dance, maybe I'll do a whole, geek playlist, especially for that. But for now, let's dive in. So what you did, I want you just, whichever was your preference, go with this and follow along just now. So we had the camel, the regular camel. Get that going at whatever pace works for you. And we want to make this a continuous movement. So although we know there is a beginning and an end, let's keep that flow going. So as one camel ends, the next one begins. And then we're going to elevate through our arms. Yep, you can bring your hands inwards if you like and begin here. And imagine that your hands are pressed against the mirror and you're going to make the biggest movement pattern in at the shoulders. So bring one shoulder forwards and one back and you can get that movement going. Your hips will move. That's normal. But try make that a nice big movement. Your hands also will move. Yes, let me try show you from here. Well done. Keep that smooth, fluid camel going. So you've got the serpentine movement of a camel, and then you have the staccato, short, sharp movement of the shoulders. Okay, stop there. Wow. So that was starting with the camel and adding the layer of the shoulder shimmy. Let's now try that in reverse. So we're here, one shoulder forwards and one back. Take your hands as wide as you would like to right now for your own progress. So it's here, shoulder, shoulder, shoulders. And then begin to add the camel there. Adding the camel in. Adding a camel. Nice. Woohoo! Yay! Wonderful. Let's bring that down. So with that one, I guess time and practice makes for no such thing as perfect, but makes for more. More depth, more freedom of movement, more enjoyment. Starting and stopping. I would say those are actually the key to learning that combination there. And here's the thing. I've specifically chosen this combination of a shimmy and also a camel because when you practice and get used to this particular combination, that learning, those connections that we made, brain to muscle, muscle to brain, those actually will serve you for so many different combinations and layers in belly dance. So it really is an amazing one to practice. Give it a go, see what works for you, and then if you feel to, you can begin to add another layer. Woohoo! I hope you've enjoyed this session and indeed the entire course. If you've enjoyed this, please help me to reach more people like you who might also enjoy it. And please help me to produce more of these videos. You can help me to do that just simply by seasoning the page or the channel with push buttons. Pop a like on, add a comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I hope to see you in a future video. Thank you for being here. I love you. Goodbye.